Hey, welcome back everyone. It is now February 18th of 2020, and I think it's pretty safe to say that by far one of the most mysterious characters in the Star Wars franchise has got to be Emperor Palpatine, also known as Darth Sidious, under the new Disney canon. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you are new to the channel for future Star Wars content. Now, among many of the complaints by many Star Wars fans is the fact that we never got a full explanation as to exactly how Palpatine survived the fall at the very end of Episode 6, Return of the Jedi, exactly how he came back to life, essentially. Now, we do know that Palpatine states in the final version of The Rise of Skywalker that I have died before. The dark side of the Force is a pathway to many abilities, many considered to be unnatural. Now, what's really interesting about this is that we do know that Kathleen Kennedy is the one who came up with the idea to bring back Palpatine into the mix in order to really bring in fans into the theater seats. Basically, Palpatine was used as a way to shoehorn a major villain into a Star Wars film to boost up the production and to boost up the box office results of the final film of the Skywalker saga. Now, with that being said, a lot of fans have been very curious about what could have been before the reshoots and the rewrites of Episode 9, because this production was a very shaky production. A lot of scenes were deleted in the process because of Kathleen Kennedy. Very unfortunate. And now going into the new Star Wars projects, a lot of fans are very much interested to see exactly where that all goes. Now, however, what's really intriguing is that now that both Disney and Lucasfilm are finished with The Rise of Skywalker, they are focused on their new Star Wars universe, also known as their new expanded universe, while also working on their new trilogy of films on the side. However, many fans have actually been wondering about what could have been before the reshoots and the rewrites by Disney and Lucasfilm, before Kathleen Kennedy stepped in to delete many of the scenes from the movie. Now, it's noted that one of the major scenes that took place in the first act of the film involved a different version of Kylo's arrival on the world of Exegol, where he and his Knights of Ren would actually travel into the shrines of the Sith location, and eventually Kylo would meet Palpatine on his deathbed with a total of 6 Sith loyalists surrounding his medical bed. It's noted that this was before J.J. Abrams came up with the crane machine concept, and that originally the older version of Palpatine was going to have longer hair and would appear similar to the older design, the original design of Palpatine from Empire Strikes Back hologram, to show how he has aged over the decades. It's said that the scene was actually going to progress to a moment in which Kylo would not believe that he is Palpatine until Sidious would eventually play a hologram of Darth Vader in front of Kylo Ren. The mini Darth Vader hologram was said to be archived footage from Empire Strikes Back that was going to be used in the film for Palpatine's demonstration of who he is and that he is the one who created Darth Vader. The scene was going to be very dark and gritty and would even feature a moment in which Sidious unveils his plan to use his new Sith Empire to destroy the world of Coruscant and other important worlds in the galaxy as well. The sequence is also going to feature a moment in which Kylo would hold the saber up to Palpatine's neck, just like in the final version, except in this version, Sidious would laugh as Kylo actually makes the move, and makes such a move and hesitates. Kylo would strike the throne, where Palpatine would state, "You strike the throne but not the man. You missed by inches, but you missed on purpose." So let's go over a couple of parts about Palpatine in this particular version of The Rise of Skywalker before the first phase of reshoots back in late 2018. Now, I don't know if you guys knew, but there were 2 phases of reshoots and rewrites. During, of course, November and December of 2018 was the first. The second was August, September, and October of 2019, just last year. Now, Palpatine in this scenario, it sounds a little bit more interesting than what we got in the final version of the movie. Now, I kind of like the medical bed idea better than Palpatine just being hooked up to the crane machine in the beginning of the movie, how Palpatine is using this illusion, if you will, that he is indeed dying, and that his Sith loyalists are actually surrounding him, basically protecting him, a total of 6 of them, where Kylo Ren would not believe that he is Darth Sidious and would actually need to be convinced. That's where the Darth Vader hologram came into play here. A miniature version of Darth Vader as a hologram would be played by one of Palpatine's Sith loyalists, showing Kylo Ren exactly who Sidious really is, and that he is indeed the one who created Darth Vader, and that's exactly who is laying on this bed, on this medical bed. Now, that's where Kylo Ren pretty much comes up with the idea to strike later on in the scene where Palpatine moves over to his throne and sits on the throne, where Kylo Ren would actually strike the throne and miss on purpose. So that was actually something very much taken from Dark Empire as a comic. I don't know if you guys knew this, but in the Dark Empire comics, very similar scenarios happen between Luke and Palpatine, where Luke would strike Palpatine's throne and miss on purpose. Same exact thing here applies with Kylo Ren. And the fact that Palpatine's appearance was going to be different with longer hair and having that older looking design, like a completely different design, like how Palpatine was in the original version of Empire Strikes Back's hologram. So anyways guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
Night to moon, we hear them moans again.